Hey, kings and queens, it's bright. My goodness, good afternoon, good afternoon. What are you guys up to? I'm praying that you are having a fabulous day. It's as wonderful as you are. Um, I don't know, I've been like contemplating for a couple of days, sharing my testimony. Kind of feel like God's been telling me to do it for a couple of days, and I've been trying to be as obedient as possible. And so I'm going to share it with you guys. I cannot see you guys. Hold on, let me walk in here so I can see real quick. Ah! Hi, Victoria. How are you, Queen? So, I'm going to bring it back. Okay, so one day, you guys, I had a dream, and it was of my friend that I've known since I was younger. His mom actually was the one who introduced my mom to this business, and so she's actually how I got into the industry. But again, we met her when I was like 5, 7-ish years old. Hi, Marshawn. How are you, King? And so I had a dream about him telling me, and this is on my journey with getting closer to God, to fast and pray. And I also had in that same dream, I had, to fast and read the book of Proverbs. So I did that. But I also had a dream, my friend Nefertiti was in there. And she told me something about 1 Corinthians. I went and looked up the scripture, and it was talking about sorry for the notifications. It was talking about, I'm going to get it for you guys. Like, I believe it was 1 Corinthians 7, verse 14, I want to say. I'm not too sure off the top of my head. I do have it wrote down. I don't think it's in this book that I brought with me. But, so, I did as he told me in that dream. And with me doing so, the next morning, I don't know if I had told y'all. I mean, I had some tenants in my house, and there are still blessings. It was just a bit difficult, but they were definitely blessings. And they had moved. They had moved in August, and they left December 4th, the day before my oldest daughter's birthday. They didn't exactly give me a warning or anything, so it was like unexpected. And he's so funny, Jesse. How are you, King? So I don't know. I went ahead and did that, and so the next day after I did it, I'm gonna tell you, it was nothing but God. I was on the phone with my business partner, Alfonso, and he was doing something to his account, and so that day I got promoted in my business. Not only that, shortly after, I got a phone call from my realtor. Again, keep in mind, my house had been empty since December 4th all the way until February 20th. God, I'm sorry, the notifications, guys. God, I tell you, I got a phone call from him, and he was like, I got some tenants for you. They're going to pay the rent price that we asked, and they don't want to stay for 1 year. They want to stay for 2. And I was like, oh my God, like that's God right there. Because I was like, I can't afford to pay the mortgage there. I can't afford to be where I'm at and pay that, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, God, if it's for me to go into foreclosure, I'm okay with that. Whatever is in your will, have your way, please, dear Father. I don't want it to be my way. I want it to be your way. I said, but if it is in your will for me to have tenants, Lord, I am praying for some reliable, responsible tenants. And sure enough, like I said, my realtor, my property management, he called me and said they wanted to stay for 2 years. And he was like, not only that, they want to upgrade your house. for free to you. So they updated my mirrors, my vanity, my light fixtures. They updated some stuff on my balcony, on my porch, they did a whole bunch of stuff. And they signed that 2-year lease. And they paid, even with this COVID, their rent on time. That's all God right there. But we were actually headed that same day to Memphis. We had a meeting there, and I was headed there, and me and my mom, and she was trying to help me do my taxes. It was some. I'm sorry, I'm behind. I'll be honest with you, I'm behind. So it's 2017. I had did 2017 taxes, but I didn't turn them in after I seen zero. I mean, the tax benefits of owning your own home-based business was a blessing, because when I seen that it said I owed 11,000 and something, I was like, oh my God, like God, I'm not, I was like, but when I put my deductions in and it said zero, I kind of stopped doing it and I didn't turn it in. But I'm turning those in. They're complete. It's just, I was trying to make sure I put in all my things. And so she was doing the taxes when I was driving to Memphis. We're just trugging along. I'm going. And all of a sudden, I look on the side of the road while I'm driving, and I see a fire. And I was like, oh my God, it's a fire. And she looked over and she's like, it sure is. Oh, but on those taxes, you guys, it said I was going to get over $6,000 back after putting in my deductions. Only thing is, I forgot that year I did put those, hey TD, how are you, queen? I did put those, I did give my children, I put them on his taxes, my husband. And so I was like, oh, I got to go back and make sure I put that right. But anyway, just trying to give y'all my whole testimony. So going back to the fire that I see on the side of the road, I was like, oh my God, it's a fire. My mom looks over, she said, yes, it sure is. She said, someone should call that in. So she calls in to, the police department and let them know to report this fire. She's calling the lady and she's like, oh, we're on the 40 and this and that and the other between this marker and this marker. And the lady's like, no, you're on the 67. We like, no, no, we not. We trying to go to Memphis. And she said, no. You're going to be going to Pocahontas. We like, what's that? And I've heard of Pocahontas before. I heard it when I was living in San Diego, and it was a time where I thought God was trying to tell me to move back to Arkansas. I met 2 people from Pocahontas, Arkansas. I had never heard Arkansas that much in my life, and I promise you it was God trying to tell me, it's like I needed to be here. I love San Diego to death, y'all, don't get me wrong, but hey, I gotta do what God says to do. So the lady on the phone with the fire, she says, oh my God, I need y'all to take the 63. Don't miss it. Because if you miss it, you're going to Pocahontas. There's not really any exits to turn around. I was like, oh my God. And we had left with an hour and a half time to be there early. So we was going to get there an hour and a half early. Me, not paying attention. She doing the taxes. I'm so happy because I just got promoted in my business. I'm so happy because God blessed me with some wonderful tenants. I'm like, God, oh my God, today is every day is a miracle, but Lord, this is a miracle. That's how I was feeling. And, every day is, as much as we wake up, and the next breath of air we take, don't get me wrong, and these beautiful trees and leaves and everything that we're around. But I was like, oh my gosh. And so she told us to go on the 63. We went ahead and did that. I was booking it, you guys. I ain't lying. Pedal to the metal. I was like, Lord, I pray we get there on time. I pray we get there on time. I drove 60 miles out of the way. The Lord still got us there with 10 minutes to spare. My mom was doing the presentation, and we made it 10 minutes I was like, that's nothing but God. Nothing but God. Because I don't know how he got there. I don't know how I didn't get pulled over. And none of that. And I was supposed to have a guest, but he had got caught up at work. Very understandable. So I went to go meet up with him after work. And that day, you guys, I was fasting. So he says, do you want a free smoothie on me? I was like, no, that's okay. I'm fasting. He said, oh, I understand. He said, do you want at least water? I'm like, no, that's okay. I'm fasting. So, I mean, I was having a strict fast at that time. No food, no water. And, you know, after that, after meeting with him and introducing him to Director Macon, aka my mom, we started driving home. Like, I was driving. And I ain't gonna lie, I was booking it. I was ready to get home. My gosh. So I'm not paying attention to how fast I'm going, but then it hits me and I'm sleepy. And I'm like, Ma, hey, wake up. We gonna have to switch, like, cause I'm tired. And something popped up in my head, and I know it was but God. It was God, because it was like, turn on the cruise control. I was like, okay, I'm gonna turn on cruise control. So I was trying to figure out how to turn on the cruise control. I couldn't figure it out. I don't know if I was just that sleepy or what, but I'm trying to wake her up because I'm tired. And I'm going at this point trying to get the cruise control, try to figure out how to do it. I'm going 91 miles per hour. Don't even know it. But I'm going 91 miles per hour. All of a sudden, I see in my side view mirror this extra set of headlights pop on. I was like, what's that? I was like, what's that? I said, that don't look normal. So I definitely slowed down. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I slowed down. I was trying to blend in at that point. And then, sure enough, here he comes. Whoop! Pulls me over. He says, ma'am, do you know why I pulled you over? I said, no. He said he was going 91 miles per hour. Honest to God, I did not know I was going 91 miles per hour. But I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Like, I was trying to set my cruise control. And so he asked for my ID, insurance, and all that. I give him my ID. And my mom is looking for the insurance card because I'm driving her car. So she's looking for the insurance card. He got the flashlight in there trying to help her see. But he looks at my ID. And my ID is still from Cali, although I live in Arkansas. This man said, this ride is nothing like OC to Vista. So if y'all know, OC is Oceanside, California. So this officer in Arkansas knows about Oceanside, California. I was like, what? How do you know? And he was like, I was stationed on Camp Pendleton. I was like, really? Really, that's crazy. I was like, I had picked up a part-time job on Camp Pendleton. I said, I was trying to find a way to get onto the military base because I was doing Lyft and doing my business. Because, you know, everybody that get in the Lyft car is traveling. Hey, come on now. Got to think smarter, not harder. Work smarter, not harder. But, so I picked up that part-time job so I can have an ID to get on Camp Pendleton. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I liked this job. I made more there, and it was just Domino's, than I did when I was an office manager at UCSD Cardiology. I was like, wait a minute. So I told him how I got that part-time job on the military base so I can give the military people a ride, because I felt bad because it's not easy for them to get a ride, and they don't let Lyft drivers on base to give them a ride if they don't have somebody in the car to sponsor them on. And I was telling him that. I said, if I have somebody in that car sitting with me and they got their ID, they could sponsor me on, but without having that ID, I can't get on to help them get any rides. He was like, well, they have some kind of bus thing, right? I was like, I believe so, but I don't think it gets them like rides outside. I know there's like one barbershop or something on that base, might be two or something like that, and it's packed. It's real packed. And so I was like, okay, let me think of something. So that's when I came up with that. And He was like, oh, okay. I said, they're fighting for our country. They're serving us. They deserve to be able to have rides as well. And so that's what I got it for. And he was like into our conversation. So my mom finally finds the insurance card. She gives it to him. He goes back to his car with um, my ID and the insurance card. I speak out loud. I pray that he does not give me a ticket. Tell me why. Officer Nichols. Officer Nichols did this. He came back to the car, gave me my ID, my insurance card, but not only that, he gave me his business card. He told me, if you ladies need anything, let me know. If you have a flat tire, if you need anything, let me know. I was like, that is so sweet. And of course, I gave him my business card. I was like, Officer Nichols, do you travel? He said, yeah. Said, would you like to make would you be open to making extra income with something you already like to do? You said you like to travel. He said, yeah. I said, okay, well, here's my business card. I got yours. I'll call you. You call me. And we'll see if it's a good fit for you. But, you guys, the whole moral of this story is obedience, fasting, praying. God is good all the time. I know, Jesse, we always be talking about Jesus first, Christ first. Like, we know what he can do. And everyone, not everyone, but some people put God in a box, and he's not in a box. If he can do whatever it is he want to do, you just have to trust him, put your faith in him, read the Bible, pray, talk to him. I done found out things about him that it's pretty cool. But you guys, I just wanted to get on and share that. It's been a couple days since I wrote down what he has showed me, and here, clear as day, you guys. Hold on, I'm trying to show y'all if I can. Clear as day. It says here, share the testimony. And that is just one of many, but I plan to open up to you guys and share more. I personally am more like an introvert. I don't like to be in the spotlight. I love helping people. I absolutely love helping people. So it's kind of weird to me that you don't want to be around people, but you like to help people. Very strange. But I'm pretty sure God is getting me out that box. Before I had my business, hey Skylar, how are you, Queen? I'm trying to make sure I can see. Okay. But yeah, before I had this business, I wasn't really on Facebook. I'm more of a private person. So I don't know if y'all seen that video when I was saying why and what I had been through and what I heard about and how these companies are doing people in the corporate world, because I'm one of them. And it doesn't sit well with me. It hurts my feelings that they don't necessarily care about people. They care about them. And so I don't know. I'm just gonna make sure I do whatever I can to be obedient and whatever I can to help you guys. And so be obedient, you guys. Fast and pray and get into the Word. Open up your Bible. We need the Lord. This is what I always say. I don't know nothing about this world. Why am I up here trying to figure it out? The Lord know everything. He done made all this stuff. So why am I trying to figure it out when I can ask him? I ask him about everything. I'll be like, look, Lord, Father, I want to buy this. What you think? Is this in your will? Is this your way? Because I don't want to go mine, because I already did that and I felt like I went to almost hell. So I literally feel like, you know how a fly is in your face, like buzzing and messing with you? I literally feel like God slapped Satan away from me. So I don't know, you guys. Hopefully something I said touches you and you go and do the same. Other than that, I'm going to let you kings and queens go. I love you all. Remember to surround yourself by positive people. Stay close to God. Be connected. Love you.